man, you already know it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. All right, man, I appreciate everybody that watches the channel. I appreciate everybody that subscribed to the channel. And you know, Dame, right? Dame is doing interviews left and right. And Dame has definitely had a wake up call, and he's humbled himself. And sometimes we got to go through different situations to understand that and learn that. But what I can say is I'm proud that he's let his pride go, and he's understanding that he has to reinvent himself in this world today. You know, sometimes we get caught up in what we was and who we used to be, and we don't understand that sometimes you got to adapt to the new environment. But Dame is understanding that now. And I can say that I'm proud of the man for understanding that this is your new way of life. You had to come to YouTube, and it's okay. You know, some people think when they're on a certain level that if they have to step down a level, when they worry about the judgment of others, it really mentally disturbs them, and they don't understand that this is what you have to do. But, you know, Dame spoke out, and he's been speaking out about different things going on with Jay and Puff. And, you know, he definitely said that the lawyer's a liar when he's saying that Jay and Puff wasn't friends. And we see here, you know, Jay and Puff was tight. But they tell the world, you know, Jay said, we not friends. Through his attorney, though, allegedly. So, I want to know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think Jay and Puff was tighter than the lawyer is trying to say? You know, the lawyer wants to disassociate Jay with Puff in any way. And this is why I tell you, this is what happens in life. When you think that somebody gonna be there and ride with you when you in a situation, you gotta understand it's every man for themselves out here. It's every man for themselves. And I'm gonna play the audio from this interview, right? With Dame talking, and you know, Dame's never seen where Jay is getting the heat from the white folks. Jay has always had support from the white folks. And now they done turned their back on Jay. You know, and he said Drink Champs, Charlemagne, they can't save Jay in this situation, when usually it's always somebody from the culture that'll bail Jay out. And he's never seen the other side go against Jay. So it's like different for Jay in this situation because he don't got the backing that he used to. And I want y'all to check this audio out with Dame talking. And we gonna play it right now.
I think what's iller is how people are reacting to the accusation. Like they putting them through the ringer. And I've never seen them do that before. So that's the thing. Like usually things get brushed under the rug with him. And I've been accused of shit that I haven't done before. And people don't scrutinize. I didn't get as scrutinized as he's getting. So I'm like, why they? It's just odd to see him in that, you know, in that getting looked at in that way by white people. You know, like Jay does. You know, yeah. Like I hope that shit didn't happen. But I'm like, damn, they turned the world real. Like people on a certain level have been fucking with him a certain way where he couldn't do no wrong for like 25 years straight. this is the first time he's not getting a pass with white media. You know, like he can control black media because a lot of them either work or do business with him. You know, but like, you know, Drink Champs can't get him out of this one, and neither can Charlemagne, because you know, those are the guys that hold him down no matter what he does anyway. So he got to get to People Magazine and Entertainment Tonight right now, because they on his head. But the question is why? Like, why now? You know, because for me, I'd be like, yo, that's so ridiculous. Yo, take that to trial. You're not going to win. Let's get a deposition or something, you know? So I don't know why they on his head so much, pause. But I never seen him, you know, under this, you know, I never seen him in this position to have to explain himself. Pause.
How you feel about the statement he came out with?
I mean, I didn't hear him say anything. I heard a piece of, you know, like I said, for me, I like, you see, I'm doing an interview, so I talk. I thought it was long. For a statement, I thought it was long, pause. But, you know, I think right now, his silence is the worst thing for him. If he is innocent, he needs to let people ask him questions, and he needs to be able to say his side of the story, as opposed to letting that lawyer talk. Because that lawyer, I don't trust that lawyer because I went to court with him. So to me, everything that guy says is, you know, allegedly a lie, just based on my experience with going to court with him. I don't trust the Alex Shapiro dude. He's ill. He's an ill dude. He'll say anything. Like, he crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have him talking for me. If he wants, you know, I'm not going to sit there and say nothing bad or good or defend or anything, because it'll all play itself out. I just think it's kind of ill that they're on his head like that. And if he's, you know, he should probably come out and say something. Like, I believe right now, you know, everybody needs to be transparent. Like, back in the day, not saying something could have been like the wave, but that was before social media. So now that there's social media and transparency, if you got an issue, you don't let people speak for you. You should speak for yourself. Let people ask you questions and, you know, go from there. That's what I would do.
So you don't think it was a good idea for his lawyer to speak for him?
Mm-hmm. It's been too many things said for too long. So I'd be like, yo, again, I'm telling you what I did. So I got accused of a sexual assault. I went through a full trial. The first thing I did is I made my statement. And then I went and did an interview. You know, that's what I did. And I went to trial. It didn't affect me. You know, like, I can't say it didn't completely affect me, but what I could say is they didn't do that shit. They doing it to him, to me. You know, and then when I won the trial, no one said a word. You know, saying that, you know, it's hard. Like, I don't think I would have said that he didn't know Puff at all or wasn't his friend. I thought that was a little extreme. I thought that was the wrong choice of words. I think that's going to trigger a lot of backlash. But the thing is, I never seen him get backlash at all. So that's what I'm saying. Now he getting backlash. Like, when did you know Jay-Z to be on his heels other than when he got beat up in the elevator? But that was nothing. But I've never seen him under the fire ever. Not in a long time. Not like, I've never seen people on his head like that, Paul. Ever.
Yeah, this might be my first time seeing people come at him like this.
Like I said, I didn't hear him say anything. Like, I'm not some white man speaking for another black man doesn't add up. It just doesn't work like that. Like, he doesn't know what to say on Jay's behalf. Jay would have to say that. So if he instructed him to say that, like, you don't even know if Jay told him to say that. He could have got off the stage and they was like, why'd you say that? He was like, I had to. You know, like, he probably said it because homeboy wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? Like, I didn't hear him say anything. I haven't heard Jay say a word yet. Have you?
Nah, I haven't heard him say anything.
There it is. So y'all going by a piece of paper with words, don't get caught up in that. I have not heard him say one thing yet. You know? Until I see him speak, he hasn't spoke to me. That's why I said I don't think he did not say that. His lawyer said it. So what else is a lawyer gonna say? You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. But speaking of his lawyer, what did he do to you personally?
Alex Shapiro, he's the one. I'm gonna tell you what he did. I could tell you this is not allegedly. First of all, he works for Jay personally, as we see. He represented Rockefeller Inc. for Jay, for Rockefeller Inc. And they made that phony case against me saying that I was trying to sell the whole thing. Remember we went to court? That's when I started speaking about him again, because he was like, now you taking me to court, you lying. It was a straight lie. And the only purpose of it was to illegally change bylaws so that it prohibited me from selling my interest unless they all agreed to it. And then the way they had the meetings, he was the one at the meeting changing the bylaws, speaking and talking in such a disrespectful way. Like he ran Rockefeller or some shit. So, and then the comments that he's made, like Jay getting his master's back in certain years, like every single game that he played with me was a lie. Like he lied a lot. Like it was a straight lie. And then they was harassing me with the lawsuits, sending me all type of papers and shit. And I just didn't give a because I knew. I was like you see, look at the way no one ever talks about the fact that they just dismissed the case. Nah, he's an ill nigga. That's what I'm saying. He's like, he does whatever, says whatever, he does whatever, he doesn't play. I'm saying he's the real deal. Those two going against each other will be very interesting.
Now, y'all hear Dame talk about Jay, and Dame knows firsthand about the relationship between Jay and Puff. And y'all can see here, they had a friendship type relationship. They popped plenty bottles together. They hung out. They partied together. They got plenty history with each other. So, for his lawyer to come out and say that they weren't friends, I really think that was a far reach. And, we listened to the victim tell her story and, it sounds shaky, but for him to come out and just totally say that they weren't friends makes the situation look like he has something to hide. And, I want to ask y'all, do y'all feel, Jay is trying to disassociate himself because there's going to be more allegations that come out about Jay and his involvement with Puff? So he might be trying to disassociate himself right now, thinking that it's going to benefit him. But I think this might have made it look a little shaky, because we were questioning the witness's statement that was made on NBC. But now that we see Jay is saying that they weren't friends, now we questioning Jay's whole thing and what his lawyer is saying, because it doesn't sound right, honestly. And we all know that they had a personal relationship, business-wise. They hung out. They got money together. And they was definitely friends. But now that the media is on Jay's top, now he doesn't want to have no association, and he wants to say we weren't friends when we all was watching this. And this right here doesn't look good for Jay. I'm wondering, do y'all really think that his lawyer saying that made it look bad for Jay? Or is it something that his lawyer should have said? Honestly, I don't think his lawyer should be all the way speaking for him at this point. This might have been a time where Jay should have came out and spoke a little to defend himself, because your lawyer ain't on the hook, right? This is your image. The people is looking at you, Jay-Z, rap mogul, and they want to hear from you. I'm wondering what y'all think about this, though. Do y'all think that him trying to disassociate himself with Puff makes it look bad for him? Honestly. Because I think so. And as we see more things come about it, it just makes Jay look a little more guilty. And even though we haven't seen no physical evidence, there could be more victims out there. Honestly. So, this might not be what Jay wanted his lawyer to say, honestly. And you know, Jay's lawyer can't really relate. So, like Dame said, he went to court with Jay's lawyer. And Jay's lawyer was in there lying. And when it's war, we see how it goes. There's no love when it's war. So, you know, Dame and Jay was at war on a business level. And it rolled over into Jay being charged for this. Do y'all think Dame is like upset and hating? Or is he just speaking his mind in this situation? I want y'all to let me know this one. Because I think by Dame taking that step back, honestly, and, you know, humbling himself, he's saying this from like a standpoint, whereas though somebody that was around Jay, somebody that was right there firsthand, because like he said, he's never seen the world turn on Jay. You know, most of the time when something happened to Jay, he was always worked the way out of it. It never got this big. And now every day is something being said about Jay. And now the world has got a whole different image, because when you get something like this put on your name, it's a stain that's real hard, man. So I'm trying to, like, you know, I want to know what y'all think. You know, let me know. Call in. Let me know how you feel about this. Does this make Jay look more guilty that he's saying we're not friends? I understand you're supposed to answer these allegations because they're real serious. But to disassociate yourself when for years y'all been at the face of this hip hop together. You didn't hear Diddy without Jay. When they talked about the rap moguls, Diddy and Jay. So now Jay sees that Diddy's in the fire. He don't want nothing to do with him. He has nothing to do with him. And I think that's a little far-fetched for the world to believe when we all seen it. So, I mean, Diddy's cooked in this situation, honestly. Diddy's cooked, but Jay made himself look a little bad by saying that they weren't friends, man. And on a level where the world is already putting you in that box with Diddy, even though Jay hasn't been charged with anything, he's still put in that category because of who he is. And, you know, everybody looks at these entertainers as they would do something like this. And like I said, there's 60 accusers that's accusing that's accusing Puff. It's 120, 60 men and 60 women. And they're associating Jay with this as if he's been involved, but it's only one person that's came forward. And automatically, Jay tried to use the card that I come from the hood, right? And this is not tolerated in the hood. And what I want to say to that is, it's people in the hood every day that do sick things like this. And we got to be honest. There's people that are in the hood that do sick stuff like this every day. And, you know, it be family members that do sick things like this. But don't nobody want to speak out about it because it's family. Right? So for Jay to say that, I really don't think that held any weight to the people. Because people from the hood understand that it's sick things like this going in the hood every day. Real rap. And I really think that saying, and we saying the statement came from Jay, but like Dame said, we didn't hear nothing from Jay. We just seen something written down. So Dame saying Jay should have had a press conference. He should have sat down and really spoke out about this. This is something that he should have faced the public, being as though these allegations were that serious. But, you know, Dame said Jay's used to things like this just, you know, going away. If it's an allegation made against Jay, he can just pay his way out of it. And then they saying Jay is trying to pay people to turn on the lawyer, Tony Busby. He trying to pay $10K to have people go against the attorney, right? And, you know, I guess Busby said he has receipts that the people that he's represented have been contacted by people that were allegedly from Rock Nation trying to go to his old clients to get them to turn against Busby and make statements. I mean, it could be true. What y'all think? Jay's on the hook right now, and it ain't looking too good, honestly, even though we don't see no evidence. But you have to understand that these people are only going to show us a minimum amount of things to keep us in it. But they have to turn over the discovery. So when they turn over the discovery, it's going to be more things that's let out the bag. See, I think now, honestly, the lawyer Tony Busby is still sending these letters out to different people that were on these videos. And as he continues to send letters out to the people that was on the videos, he's not letting the names out as quick. And what happened was they sent the letter to Jay-Z, and Jay-Z fought back with his legal letters. So you know what they said? We just gonna put it out to the public. Since you want to fight with us and you don't want to pay. And honestly, it could have been a shakedown, right? It could have been allegedly whereas though he was being blackmailed. It could have been, right? But it could have been some truth behind it too. So what they're showing us, it seems like it's rocky, but Jay spoke out too quick on that. And that's what Dame is saying. I've never heard Jay respond to anything. Anytime Jay was going through something, he was quiet. But in this situation, he had to speak out to try to protect his relationship with these different brands, right? But what's going to happen is, even though he's trying to protect his relationship with these brands, this lawyer Tony Busby is coming with the heat. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to tell you honestly, I guarantee you he's reevaluating everything and he's putting it together to come at Jay as a part where as though Jay can't say nothing. We already heard the witness who spoke out, the victim, excuse me. She's a victim witness. She spoke out, but the story was very, very inconsistent. So it's like the people want to believe her because she's supposedly a victim, right? But it's like the thing she said, the credibility is kind of on the fence. But then when Jay says Diddy isn't my friend and I'm not associated with him like that, it starts to make people sway away from what she was saying. And now they're dialing in on the fact that, well, why is he saying he's not his friend? Why would he come out and say that's not my friend in a situation like this, knowing the whole world knows that their relationship was heavier than that? You know, Diddy even made some statements like that the only person that can call me Sean is my mom and Jay-Z. Now, that right there lets the whole world know what type of relationship they had. And I appreciate everybody watching and listening. If you can, hit that like button for me and share this video. And we listening to Diddy say he's the only one that can call me Sean and my mom. That right there is solidifying that they're friends. And we got to be honest there. Because he wouldn't have said, this is the only person that can call me Sean, if they didn't have that kind of relationship. So it would have been better for Jay to stand on it, as in, yeah, we was cool at one point, but there was a time that our relationship went astray. And you know, I'm telling you, when people are in certain situations, they don't always think when they may have been involved in something. So Jay may have been involved in some things, but maybe not this particular situation. So his response was just on a defense for this situation. And he wasn't thinking to make sure I respond as a whole. To make sure that I say, listen, me and Diddy, we were friends at a time, but some things happened and we went astray. We're not as close as we used to be. And maybe he could have said, I don't know what Diddy did. I wasn't involved. But to try to just totally disassociate yourself with Diddy, I really think that it made him, you know, look a little bad. I mean, honestly. And this right here is what people are looking at. They're honestly looking at that. Why did you just say y'all weren't friends? Y'all had a close relationship. Y'all popped plenty bottles. Y'all took plenty trips together. Y'all had plenty meetings. Y'all sat down at the table. And they all knew that nothing was shaking in that industry if it didn't come through Diddy or Jay. The whole entire world knew this. If you didn't go through Diddy or Jay, it didn't happen. And we even see how Nori was when he talked about Jay-Z and Diddy on Drink Champs. They could never do no wrong in Nori's eyes. All honesty. When Nori started saying something about Diddy, it was like the big dog. I'm talking about the big dog. Whenever he says something about Jay, it was the big dog. And we all know this. So their relationship was a lot deeper than they tried to make it out to be. And I really think that's going to be something that the public recognizes in the fact that Jay is trying to disassociate himself at this time when they were closer than they act to be. And we all know what it is, man. They were real close. They was getting money together. But he's saying they not friends. So, I mean, does that make Jay look real guilty? Or y'all think that, you know, we haven't seen no evidence, so Jay ain't had nothing to do with Diddy? Let's be real. We haven't seen no evidence, honestly, but the accusations of Diddy, we already know you are the people you hang around. And we got to be honest as a whole. You hear me, SBGB? You got to hear me. My fam. You know we fam now. Let's be real. When you hang out with somebody, you adapt their ways. You're not going to hang out with somebody for years at a time and y'all don't do some of the same similar things. In all honesty, Jay saying that every celebrity isn't alike. What y'all think about that? I don't know if Jay's guilty or not, but what I do know, by him saying that they're not friends, made it look a little fishy on that end. He had a better shot of breaking it down as in, yeah, we were friends, but some things happen. You know, friends become unfriends sometimes. In this situation, by you just going straight at the fact that we not friends, hold up. And he allowed his lawyer to say this, right? Do we take that as that came from Jay? Or is it just the lawyer trying to disassociate Jay with Puff because Puff's under a certain kind of fire? Let's be real. Hit them likes for me, man. Let's get them likes up, man. I appreciate it, man. Jay know they was friends, though, man. Honestly. They was good friends, business partners. They controlled the industry together. Both of them now. And nothing shook without them too. In all actuality. You wasn't getting no radio play without Jay and Puff. If you said something about Puff's sexuality when everybody in the industry know Puff is with the Booty Bandits, allegedly. Everybody in the industry knows Puff is with the Booty Bandits. There's no way that 60 men are going to make allegations of you making them do sexual favors, right, to get on in the industry if none of it's true. Now, we got to be real here. 60 men making allegations against you. Now, I could see if it was all women coming out and saying he did something and maybe he could try to finagle. But you got men and women. And you still saying you're not gay. Come on now. Let's be real. It was some sugar in that tank, man. Heavy. Straight Booty Bandits. You hear me? We know what it is. They saying that Puff would make people allegedly do crazy sexual things as men. Now these is men now. Making them do crazy sexual things in all hopes to get a record deal. And then what would happen? Their record deal and music careers wouldn't go nowhere. Now that's deep. And I mean, somebody making an allegation on you, you can be skeptical. Like, is this person telling the truth? But 120 people, men and women, and we all know before Puff was charged, before the fire push of these lawsuits was out, we heard that allegedly Puff made Christopher Williams suck him off. And he said he wanted to be able to make a man do what he wanted him to do. Now that's heavy. They all said that Christopher Williams, now, this is the guy from New Jack City, right? I don't know if y'all know who Christopher Williams is, but Christopher Williams is the guy that was on New Jack City that Nino Brown said it was him. It was him. You know, Nino pointed him out in trial. That's Christopher Williams now, right? Ricky Fontaine, dude. Light skin, curly hair. They said Puff allegedly made him give him fellatio and somebody walked in on it. And they end up losing their job when they walked in on the situation. So the allegations go back a long time with Puff and these sick behaviors, right? Now we heard that Jay was involved with Puff in one of these sick acts. And I played the video yesterday, right? They said that it's going to be more people, I guess, that comes out that might be against Jay, allegedly. It's a possibility now that more people are going to come out against Jay. But I'm thinking that, you know, maybe they want to see how this first situation go, how this round go. And I'm sure Jay is shaking right now. Get them likes up for me, man. Hit that like button. I appreciate it. I'm sure Jay is shaking right now, honestly. Because he sat back and watched how this played out with Puff. This is the same way that it played out with Puff now. They came out with these allegations. The lawsuits came out. Then the criminal investigation got started. And when the criminal investigation got started, right, they end up running in his house. Didn't lock him up. And then near a year later, they indicted him and arrested him. So Jay has to be looking like, hold up. They trying to do me the same exact way they did Diddy. And by them putting these allegations out to the world, they're trying to get other people to come forward. This is what they trying to do now. They done put these allegations out to the world to try to get more people to have the courage to come forward and say Jay did something to him. This is his association to Puff now. And we all know birds of a feather flock together. We got to be honest, man. Get them likes up, man. Hit that like button. If you watching, I appreciate it. Get them likes up for me, man. We all know the birds of a feather flock together. And everybody knows this. Whoever you hang out with, even if you don't do everything they do, right? You have some things that they do in your arsenal. This is how life goes. You're not going to be hanging with someone, right, if you disagree with the lifestyle they live. Now, let's be real now. You're not going to be hanging and running firsthand with someone if you disagree with their lifestyle. But we seen at these business meetings, Jay was right there. Firsthand. You got to check it out and look at how they embraced each other. That was brotherhood. That was a whole nother level of brotherhood. And now that he says, that's not my friend, hold up. Well, when did he not become your friend? Was it when the allegations started or after he was charged? Now, let's be real, man. When did Jay and Puff not become friends? When the allegations started or when he got charged? Come on, man. Let's get them likes up, man. I appreciate it, man. Hit that like button for me. Because we know they got a personal relationship. So I'm sure if Jay speaks out, that's going to be a question that they asking. Well, your lawyer said you and Puff ain't friends no more, right? When did y'all not become friends? And I wonder how he would answer that. Because we just seen them all together the other year, right? We just seen everybody together. They had a meeting, all of them, and they was popping the bottle, toasting the champagne, and they was rocking heavy, right? But now that Puff is in the hot seat, he want to disassociate himself. He doesn't want to have nothing to do with Puff. But we got to take it for how we seen it. Jay and Puff, they was right-hand man. I guarantee you in the industry, when one didn't want somebody to be a part of something, they called the other. Yo, they don't get no pass on this. I don't want them. No, they don't get no radio play. They don't get nothing. And we know 50 Cent said it, that Jay used to block him because of the competition. 50 Cent said it. Jay used to block me. When I used to try to put stuff out, I would hear why I couldn't do something, and then it'd come back to, well, Jay didn't want that to go out, right? We all know this now. And we all heard Puff would block you. If you didn't do what Puff wanted you to do, you would get blocked. We heard stories that Puff would call you to the hotel room, right? And tell you, I want you to meet me at my hotel. And be in there in a towel, naked, wanting to sit down and have a meeting with you. Like, hold on. We got to have the meeting with your clothes off? So, we knew Puff was into a lot of sick things, man. And we got to be honest with this here. Let's be real. I want y'all to get them likes up for me, man. If you watching the channel, I appreciate you. Hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you. But when we check this out and we look at it for what it is, Jay saying him and Puff, they weren't friends, that's a red flag. I mean, seriously, that's a red flag. And I guess his lawyer, you know, because he doesn't really come from that era with Jay and Puff. He wasn't looking at how the people were going to look at this as saying, you saying that we not friends? And I'm sure he asked him, you want me to tell the world that y'all not friends? And Jay probably said, yeah, you can go ahead and tell him, because I'm sure he has to ask Jay when he's trying to make a move, right? Because the attorney works for Jay. And being as though that he says we're not friends, the whole world sees what's going on, man. We see the play. We see the play. But I think, though, by Jay trying to do what he's trying to do, it's trying to have the scare tactics of anybody else that may be a victim be scared to come forward. You know, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that by Jay trying to disassociate himself with Puff, it makes him look guilty? In all honesty? Because we all know that they had a bigger relationship than they say. You know, honestly. And now, I think that by him doing that, it really hurt reputation even more. And we gotta be honest, man. They said Diddy went ahead and said he's not pushing to get a bail anymore, right? He's gonna go ahead and sit it out and do his time until the trial. Trial's in May. Now, do y'all think Diddy might have threw Jay under the bus, right? And now they got him looking at Jay? Or do y'all think that it was something on those tapes that they found that connected Jay to this whole situation? The reason why they're willing to put Jay's name out there when he didn't go to the settlement. You know, Jay said he doesn't even know the person. Y'all think he know her? Her story is a little flaky, right? But for the lawyer to go ahead and allow her to come out and make this statement, it got to be something on them tapes. And that's what I'm saying. It has to be something on those tapes, honestly, for them to say, all right, we're going to go ahead and name him. Even though we know the lawyer Tony Busby and Jay-Z is at war right now. But it has to be something on those tapes in order for him to say, we're going to go ahead and release your name because you didn't settle. Now, even if Jay would have settled this, right, it would have still made it look like he's guilty. And they would have still found another avenue because this is criminal. The allegations that were made against Jay and Puff is criminal. And that's straight up. No cap. These allegations are straight criminal. And, you know, Jay saying, well, these allegations are criminal. That's the route you should go. I'm not settling. And from past dealings with these type of situations, everybody that settled, it came back to bite them later. And we got to be honest, man. Everybody that settled, it came back to bite them later. Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly. When you make these settlements, it comes back to bite you. And Diddy and Jay was tighter than a mug. Straight up. We got to be honest, man. If you watching, I appreciate if you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But we all know that Jay and Diddy was tight like glue, man. And Jay wanting to disassociate himself, I think it made it look a little shaky for him. The world's looking at it like, come on, Jay. All right. We might not believe everything she's saying. Her dad is saying he didn't pick her up. And then some people are thinking that somebody from Jay's team allegedly paid the dad off. What y'all think about that? Do y'all think that somebody from Jay's team paid the dad off? Or does the dad really don't recollect anything of this? Could it be? Because the dad's saying he don't got no recollection of it. He didn't do it. You know, anybody would remember if they drove 5 hours one way and 5 hours the other way. And then I got the update yesterday that the news, NBC, is owned by the guy Brian who sold Jay-Z and Beyonce the house. So did they offer for her to come to their platform so they can sabotage her story? What y'all think about that, man? Do y'all think that they offered this victim to come on their platform so that they can sabotage her story and make it look as if she's lying? Because you already know that that was edited. They edited that a certain way. And you know, a lot of times when they edit things like this, they edit it to a way where they want it to be presumed a certain way. And this was edited as in to make the woman's story be contradicted, to make some inconsistencies in the story. but we haven't seen no physical evidence. But we already know that Jay and Puff association was tighter than the lawyers trying to make. And Dame spoke out. Dame said, hold up now. And let me see, I should play this again though. Let me play this thing again with Dame talking. Hold up. I'm gonna play this thing again with Dame talking, because Dame, he was open about it. You know, I'm gonna let y'all hear this again with Dame talking. Dame was real open about it, and I'm gonna be honest. You know, Dame and Jay definitely had another level of a personal relationship between the both of them guys, right? So I want y'all to check this one out too. I'm gonna let y'all hear this one again. Check this one out.
Here's how people are reacting to the accusation, like they putting them through the ringer, and I've never seen them do that before. So that's the thing. Like, usually things get brushed under the rug with him, and I've been accused of shit that I haven't done before, and people don't scrutinize. I didn't get as scrutinized as he's getting. So I'm like, it's just odd to see him in that, in that, getting looked at in that way by white people, like Jay does, yeah. Like, I hope that shit didn't happen, but I'm like, damn, they turned the world real. Like, people on a certain level have been fucking with him a certain way where he couldn't do no wrong for like 25 years straight. This is the first time he's not getting a pass with white media. Like, he can control black media because a lot of them either work or do business with him, but like, Drink Champs can't get him out of this one, and neither can Charlemagne, because those are the guys that hold him down no matter what he does anyway. So he got to get to People Magazine and Entertainment Tonight right now, because they on his head. But the question is why? Like, why now? Because for me, I'd be like, yo, that's so ridiculous. Yo, take that to trial. You're not going to win. Let's get a deposition or something, So I don't know why they on his head so much, pause. But I never seen him, under this, I never seen him in this position to have to explain himself. Pause.
How you feel about the statement he came out with?
I mean, I didn't hear him say anything. I heard a piece of, like I said, for me, I'm doing an interview, so I talk. I thought it was long. For a statement, I thought it was long, pause. But, I think right now, his silence is the worst thing for him. If he is innocent, he needs to let people ask him questions, and he needs to be able to say his side of the story, as opposed to letting that lawyer talk. Because that lawyer, I don't trust that lawyer because I went to court with him. So to me, everything that guy says is, allegedly a lie, just based on my experience with going to court with him. I don't trust the Alex Shapiro dude. He's ill. He's an ill dude. He'll say anything. Like, he crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have him talking for me. If he wants, I'm not going to sit there and say nothing bad or good or defend or anything, because it'll all play itself out. I just think it's kind of ill that they're on his head like that. And if he's, he should probably come out and say something. Like, I believe right now, everybody needs to be transparent. Like, back in the day, not saying something could have been like the wave, but that was before social media. So now that there's social media and transparency, if you got an issue, you don't let people speak for you. You should speak for yourself. Let people ask you questions and, go from there. That's what I would do.
So you don't think it was a good idea for his lawyer to speak for him?
Mm-hmm. It's been too many things said for too long. So I'd be like, yo, again, I'm telling you what I did. So I got accused of a sexual assault. I went through a full trial. The first thing I did is I made my statement. And then I went and did an interview. That's what I did. And I went to trial. It didn't affect me. I can't say it didn't completely affect me, but what I could say is they didn't do that shit. They doing it to him, to me. And then when I won the trial, no one said a word. Saying that, it's hard like I don't think I would have said that he didn't know Puff at all or wasn't his friend. I thought that was a little extreme. I thought that was the wrong choice of words. I think that's going to trigger a lot of backlash. But the thing is, I never seen him get backlash at all. So that's what I'm saying. Now he getting backlash. Like, when did you know Jay-Z to be on his heels other than when he got beat up in the elevator? But that was nothing. But I've never seen him under the fire ever. Not in a long time. Not like, I've never seen people on his head like that, Paul. Ever.
Yeah, this might be my first time seeing people come at him like this.
Like I said, I didn't hear him say anything. Like, I'm not some white man speaking for another black man doesn't add up. It just doesn't work like that. Like, he doesn't know what to say on Jay's behalf. Jay would have to say that. So if he instructed him to say that, like, you don't even know if Jay told him to say that. He could have got off the stage and they was like, why'd you say that? He was like, I had to. You know, like, he probably said it because homeboy wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? Like, I didn't hear him say anything. I haven't heard Jay say a word yet. Have you?
Nah, I haven't heard him say anything.
There it is. So y'all going by a piece of paper with words, don't get caught up in that. I have not heard him say one thing yet. You know? Until I see him speak, he hasn't spoke to me. That's why I said I don't think he did not say that. His lawyer said it. So what else is a lawyer gonna say? You know what I'm saying?
Right. But speaking of his lawyer, what did he do to you personally?
Alex Shapiro, he's the one. I'm gonna tell you what he did. I could tell you this is not allegedly. First of all, he works for Jay personally, as we see. He represented Rockefeller Inc. for Jay, for Rockefeller Inc. And they made that phony case against me saying that I was trying to sell the whole thing. Remember we went to court? That's when I started speaking about him again, because he was like, now you taking me to court, you lying. It was a straight lie. And the only purpose of it was to illegally change bylaws so that it prohibited me from selling my interest unless they all agreed to it. And then the way they had the meetings, he was the one at the meeting changing the bylaws, speaking and talking in such a disrespectful way. Like he ran Rockefeller or some shit. So, and then the comments that he's made, like Jay getting his master's back in certain years, like every single game that he played with me was a lie. Like he lied a lot. Like it was a straight lie. And then they was harassing me with the lawsuits, sending me all type of papers and shit. And I just didn't give a because I knew. Like you see, look at the way no one ever talks about the fact that they just dismissed the case. Nah, he's an ill nigga. That's what I'm saying. He's like, he does whatever, says whatever, he does whatever, he doesn't play. I'm saying he's the real deal. Those two going against each other will be very interesting.
Yo, SBGB fam, listen, man. Do y'all think Jay saying him and Diddy isn't friends really made Jay look kind of guilty? And I want y'all to be honest on this one, man. Y'all see how Dame spoke out and said how Jay is so used to the people standing behind him, right? And now he's seeing that the main people that stood behind him, they not standing behind him. And he's saying it has to be a reason why they coming out right now. And if y'all watching the channel, man, I appreciate y'all. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and share this video, man. I really appreciate y'all. He's saying that them folks ain't behind Jay like they used to be. They used to be behind Jay no matter what. And the same thing has happened with Diddy. That's how Diddy was able to get away by doing these type of behaviors for so long, because he had the people behind him. Now they not behind him no more, and they done expose the character of him, and it's looking bad for him. So did they just neglect Diddy and Jay-Z and say, we not standing behind y'all no more after they promoted this type of behavior for so long? Real stuff. I want y'all to let me know. Y'all can let me know. I'm here. SBGB fam, let's go. Because we see now, they done turned their back on Diddy already. Now it looks like they're turning their back on Jay. And Dame said, I've never seen Homeboy ever experience this type of situation where the people done turned their back on him and they're making him look like this to the public. And we don't know if that was Jay's letter of him speaking out personally or if it was a statement from his attorney, because it could have been a statement from his attorney as trying to make it sound like it came from Jay. In all actuality, I want y'all to hit them likes for me, man. Get them likes up for your boy, man. We see what it is, though. Jay trying to disassociate himself with Puff. It don't look good for Jay. It makes it look like you trying to hide something. And that's real. We all know that for a long time, them two controlled the music industry to another level. You said, hey, Kenneth Fitzgerald, you said it might have something to do with the liquor deal. And I was saying that too at one point, you know, by Puff suing the liquor company. I was saying that too. I don't know who Jay-Z pissed off, but Jay-Z might have pissed somebody off. And we already know when them people done with you, they done with you. You know, they make these guys feel like they are bigger than they are because they're pushing it to us, the little people, right? But it's people over top of them. Hey, Kenneth Fitzgerald, you said, what you need to do is make a statement and that people know that was incorrect and that he knows him. But when it comes to anything of that nature, he contests and doesn't have any parts of it. Like, but by him saying that's not my friend, it made it look real bad for him, honestly. That's what I say, you know? He should have made sure he told the people when their friendship ended. But by him saying that we just not friends anymore, or we was never friends, that made it look real bad. Honestly, because the world is asking, well, when did y'all no longer become friends? When Diddy got charged? Or when it came to the public of these allegations? You said Switch Lawyers said his lawyer was incorrect. You said his lawyer was incorrect when he said that they weren't friends? Because what we see is the lawyer said that they weren't friends. And I think that was one of the worst things they could have said, because the whole world already knows their relationship. And it looks real bad. Honestly, the whole world knows that they had a personal relationship and they controlled the music industry. Jay-Z was just a quiet one. And I want to be real with that. Jay was just quiet with it. Whatever he did and whatever he shut down, he was quiet about shutting it down. Puff was loud with it. He wanted to be known. I'm Puff. He said, yeah, his lawyer was incorrect and spoke. His lawyer didn't know what he was talking about. Not at all. His lawyer didn't know. He was trying to speak from the perspective as if it came from Jay-Z, but it sounded like it came from the lawyer. So, honestly, it looked bad. I appreciate anybody watching, man. If y'all can, share this video and hit the like button. I appreciate that. Let's get the likes up, man. We working. Jay looked real bad from letting his attorney talk for him. This was a time that Jay should have came out and spoke for himself, honestly. This was a time that he had to come out and speak, because his attorney saying he was a young brother from the hood. We all know that this type of activity goes on in the hood all the time. It don't matter where you at. There's people in the hood that are touching kids. Come on now. There's people in the hoods that are touching kids. So for his lawyer to put out a statement like that, I don't really think that looked good for him. Honestly, I thought I read something about Jay-Z suing one of the liquor companies also, and he won. But I'm not sure that. I mean, let me see. He might have. He might have sued him. Honestly, yeah. Because I already know that Puff sued him, right? And I think they said Puff settled. So I guess he dropped the lawsuit, allegedly. And, you know, by him settling, if he gets convicted of these charges, I guess that settlement might be null and void. So let me see if Jay-Z sued the liquor company. Let me see. We already know Jay-Z is suing the lawyer. Let me see. We already know Jay-Z is suing the lawyer. Let me see. We already know Jay-Z suing the lawyer. And he's suing the lawyer for the fact that he's saying that he was extorted. He's saying that he was extorted. Let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah. Jay-Z did allegedly sue Bacardi. Jay-Z sued Bacardi. And he won $750 million? Whoa, I ain't know that. He said, yes, he needed to speak for himself and say, hey, yes, I know him. We did business together, but when it comes to socializing and that type of setting, he doesn't deal with him like that. And I totally agree, Kenneth. Real rap. I totally agree there. He should have came to the public, letting the public know, yeah, we had a relationship. We did plenty business together. But when it comes to those after-hour parties, I wasn't associated with it unless, now we got to be real, they got Jay-Z on these tapes. Because they said Puff had hidden cameras throughout the whole entire house. So I'm sure it was cameras in the house that Jay didn't know about. I'm sure it was some he did know about, but I'm sure it's some that he didn't know about. So they might got him on some of those tapes, you know? And I appreciate everybody watching. If you watching, hit that like button so we can get these likes up, and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. He said, GFTV Zone 2.0, play I dig you, but this type of old rap ain't cool. I support you on how things went when y'all split. DOC looking crazy coming from. Let me see. I'm not a Jay-Z fan. This is what Michelle say. I'm not a Jay-Z fan, no. We don't know their relationship. Just because people taking pictures with others doesn't mean they had deep relations. Jay has his way of making people feel close to him. And I understand what you're saying, and I agree with that, right? But we have to be honest here, right? You can have some friends that are into some things that you're not into, but you're not hanging with friends that you're not going to do some of the things they do. Now, let's be real with that. We all got to understand that, and I appreciate y'all. Let's hit them like button and get the likes up. You're not going to be hanging around somebody, right, that you're not into what they're into. And we all know that Jay and Puff had the music business cornered. If you didn't go through both of them, they was shutting stuff down. We never heard any of them say that they were shutting people down, but we heard so many people say that they were shut down because of them. Now we gotta be real now. Fitzgerald, you said, yeah, that's a Sagittarius in the nature that me, you know? And it's his nature that me. Yeah, hey, listen, it's people out there, right, that hang around each other and they might not be involved in everything their friend is doing, but some of the things they're associated with. We got to be real. You're not going to see dudes that are every day hanging together and one person in the street and the other person's not. If you hanging with somebody every day, you might not be as involved in the street as the other person, but you're going to be involved. And we got to be real. You hear me? You said, well, I'm not going to try to be on the zodiac tip, but I will say this. When it comes to making money, me being a Sagittarius business with you, but certain things, and we can be great friends. Like when you hang around somebody, you start to adapt their ways, man. And we have to be real. When you hang around somebody, you adapt their ways, man. And I'm not going to say Jay-Z's guilty of anything, but what I'm saying is these allegations are too close to home. I appreciate everybody watching, man. Hit them likes up for me, man. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. These two hanging out, we know their relationship is deeper than Jay-Z just saying we're not friends. And I really think that was a bad choice of words to make that statement. Don't say y'all not friends when all we seen was y'all two together. And all we knew is Jay and Puff running the music industry. When Jay-Z was talked about on Drink Champs, he spoke highly of. When Puff spoke about on Drink Champs, they're spoke highly of. You already know. Nori had them on a pedestal now, you hear me? You said, not cool, fam. Where the code at now? Never kick a man while he down, doc. You looking like the Haven. Come on, fam. So you saying I'm looking like the Haven because I'm only speaking the facts, bro. You already know GFTV, the people you hang out with, right? In some form, y'all resemble each other's behavior, man. Let's be real, man. You not hanging out with nobody that you don't resemble the behavior. Kenneth, you said that's very true, but what I definitely believe is that Diddy was doing a lot of blackmailing, and I believe he had a lot of tapes. And I agree there, Kenneth. Diddy was doing a whole hell of a lot of blackmailing. We heard about him getting Wendy Williams kicked off the radio. We heard about that. Tracy King, that just make black folks hate Jay more. Hey, listen. It make Jay look bad. You feel me? And, you know, we got to call a spade, man. Jay was running with Diddy. We can't act like we didn't know Jay and Diddy ran the music industry. You hear me? 50 Cent said it, man. Jay used to block me. I'm trying to make moves and do what I do, and I got Jay over here blocking me just because he's the competition. You feel what I'm saying? DMX. Now, let's be real. DMX hated Jay-Z because he would block him, because he felt the competition, right? So you got to understand that these people in position, they do a lot of things to stay in position. Legendary Tony. I never believed in friends in the industry. They were all co-workers. Now, I understand that they were co-workers, right? And we agree on that. But these dudes was running a little harder than co-workers, man. Puffy said, the only person that can call me Sean is my mom and Jay-Z, man. Come on now. Y'all seen that, man. The only person that can call me Sean is my mom and Jay-Z. I want y'all to get the likes up for me, man. I appreciate it, man. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all. Let me see. Kenneth, you said, but I do believe it might be someone bigger behind this. And I agree. I definitely agree it's somebody bigger behind this. See, what I do believe is that the industry taught this kind of behavior to Puff. And we don't know if Jay-Z was involved. But what we see is these allegations now. And we already know they was tight like glue. Billionaire, you said Hater Network in progress. Man, I appreciate you tuning in, bro. Make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. I really appreciate you, man. Hey, listen, man. We already know that their relationship was heavy. And for him to come out with his attorney, he didn't speak now, but the attorney said they're not friends. That's real questionable. We got to be honest now. Let's be real. Why would he come out and say we not friends? So we need to be looking at, when did y'all not become friends, right? When the allegations hit or when the charges hit? When was it? You understand what I'm saying? Let's be real now. Did these guys stop being friends when the allegations hit or when the charges hit, man? And that's some real rap, man. They was running together heavy, hard body, crew. You hear me? You see them toasting that glass. You see how they sit there and rock together. You see how they was rolling. Just Jay-Z was more quiet. Puff was loud. You understand? Because Puff came in the game. That was Biggie's label that he was on. I mean, that was Puff was running the label that Biggie was on. So Puff was always the manager. He was always overseeing something. So that gave him a different level of cockiness. Jay-Z came in the game as an artist. So it's a total difference now. Legendary Tony, I do agree. That's not a good look for Jay to say that Real Situation exposed fake people. Jay-Z's fake now. Definitely, man. You know, when these guys reach a different level of paper, they don't resonate with us no more, man. Y'all got to understand that, man. When they reach a level of paper that they're out of reach with the people, they don't resonate with us no more. I don't care where they came from, man. And we have to understand that. You know what I'm saying? They get into things, allegedly, that are sick. It happens. Rhonda Wise, you said not friends, but they did a whole lot of associating together. The association what matters. Now, you're correct about that. They've been rocking for a minute, and they've done a lot of business together. They've been a lot of places together, and they shut a lot of people out the industry together. You got to understand that Jay can call Puff. Puff can call Jay and say, yo, I don't want their music to be played. I don't want the record deal to go through, right? And it wouldn't happen. And that's real. They had that kind of power. And that's why a lot of people ain't speaking out on them now, right? Because they know the power that they had in that world. It's people that won't say nothing about Puff right now because they're thinking that if Puff beat these charges, he coming back with a vengeance. GFTT, let me see what you say here. Dame, let's talk about being better fathers. grandfathers, yo, I'm 58, man. Let's teach them. It's looking like hate, fam. Stay on the code, bro. Bro, it's not hate, bro. It's just we gotta be real. Jay-Z ain't doing nothing for you, bro. Jay-Z, if you was trying to get into the music industry, right? GFTV, right? If you was trying to get into the music industry, I want to say this, man. If you didn't go whatever that they were trying to push, they would shut you out too, bro. You got to understand that, man. When these people get a certain level of power, they abuse that, man. And that's real. They opposed, you said they oppressed others together. Now they're falling together. And that's what it looked like, Rhonda Wise. And we got to be real. It's plenty of people that said they was blocked out by Jay and Diddy. Real stuff. It's plenty of people, man. DMX, 50 Cent. It's plenty of people, man. And 50 still walked around these jokers. No matter what, that they were trying to box him out. They still walked around him. You said, when you come to the music industry, man, you can see who's in power, who's in which position, from the Leor Cohens to the Judy Greenwell, the Grangers who run, and we know who run YouTube music. Yeah, man, we already know, man. These dudes run the industry, right? And they're the ones that are allegedly teaching this behavior. Straight up. This behavior is a learned behavior, man. For you to block somebody, the accusations against Diddy, man, they said it's 60 males and 60 females, man. Come on, man. It got to be something there. 60 dudes telling you, saying that you did something to that level to them, and you mean to tell me that don't sound like none of that could be true? Come on, man. Legendary Tony. Never worship celebs. Never met your so-called heroes. You'll be disappointed. And I agree. Legendary Tony, I agree, man. Never worship the celebrities, man. Never. Because they ain't thinking about you. They not reaching back to you. When they donate money, they donating to these big corporations. Straight up. You said now they trying to clean some things up and shut some things down. 100%, Kenneth. Yes, and that's what it looks like, honestly. You know why? Because they don't want it to reach them. And this is in my opinion. The big bosses that taught these behaviors to the lower level brothers, allegedly, they want to get these guys out of here so to push the heat off of them. And that's in my opinion. You feel what I'm saying? You said, Rhonda Wise said, I believe all 60 of them. Now, the men, it has me believing the men. I ain't even going to lie. Because why would a man come out and say another man SA'd you if he didn't? Now, that take a different kind of letting your pride go out the window. To say a man did something to you at that level and it didn't happen. You said, did you ever find out if Jay-Z and Beyonce really selling their private island? Let me see. I don't know. Let me try to look that up in a second. You know what I'm saying? Are they selling their private island? Let me see. Hold on. Hold up. Yeah. You said, Kenneth, you said, yes, they don't want to reach them so much. Stuff is changing, man. The conspiracy channels, which you can say on YouTube, it's a big picture. Yeah, man. I'm like, it is a lot of conspiracy channels, you know? But in this situation here, we got to call this what it is, man. We have to call this what it is, man. Jay saying they ain't friends, I don't really think that was a good look, man. And I appreciate anybody watching, man. If y'all can, get the likes up for me, man. And share this video, man. I really appreciate that, man. That boy Rob say, Louise Grange will come over to Puff House and be in a room with him for a while, and I'll put that past him. It get crazy. When they said Puff was calling people over to the room and he was in there with a towel on, that made me look at it crazy. He said they were all peons at one point until success makes them forget where they came from, thinking they're above everyone. And that's what happens. You feel me? You right about that, legendary Tony. They were all peons at one point, you know? Jay-Z told us about his hustling stories, you know, and he got to a level now where, you know, he ain't got too much rap for the people. And, you know, what made me look at Jay kind of funny, right? He could have just cut Dame off, right? Even though Dame was suffering and whatever they was going through, he could have just cut Dame off. But he wanted to make it where Dame didn't do nothing. They changed the bylaws so that Dame couldn't even sell his portion of the company. And he was forced to go to auction where the state bought the company, right? And now that's why it's going to look crazy for Jay that the state is looking for the company now, right? And they get to go through all the records. So we don't know what's going on with that. The state owns 1/3, New York State now, the same state where these lawsuits is filed. They own 1/3 of Rockefeller, Dame share, and we don't know. They gonna dig into the records, man. Yeah, you said they come from Leor. Yeah, Leor definitely. Hold on, we got one calling right now. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to SBGB TV. Who am I speaking with?
This is GFTV, aka ZX.
What's
up, Dom?
What's going on, my brother? I mean, talk to me. I mean, let me know how you feel about this situation.
I think it's ugly, man. It's ugly. It's all ugly, right? Cause they made it there, right? And now 20 years later, it's coming back to them. But you've been my personal inspiration. You, not Jay. You.
I appreciate that.
I'm disappointed, man.
I appreciate that. Why you say you disappointed, brother? Talk to me. What happened?
Come on, man. You know, I got a whole different vibe from you. Me, I'm 58.
Right.
So we came up through the same era. Right.
Right.
Then the motivation, be on boss. You know, one monkey don't stop no show. Go around them, like you said, 50. Right.
Right.
Now it's like you done turned into a troll, dog.
Hey, listen.
You done turned into a troll. Come on, Dan.
But listen though, bro, we gotta look at this for what it is, honestly, right?
But
Jay.
Anybody but you.
Hey, listen.
Anybody.
We gotta look at this for what it is, though, bro. Jay and Diddy got a personal relationship, and
I
Jay
agree.
And listen, Jay is saying, had his lawyers say that they weren't friends. So
I got you, and we all know that's, you know, we know what that is. That's politics and money on the line and all the rest of that, right? I get it, but
listen, but bro. This is how it goes, man. This is life. We got to pay attention to what things are being put in front of us and understand that we can't keep going for the Jedi mind trick. You understand what I'm saying? So
I'm with you.
If I would have took it different, right? If Jay would have had his lawyer come out and say, well, they weren't friends at this point, but they are friends at one point. Not saying that they were never friends. That's what made it look crazy, bro.
And if they go to court, that'll be said. But we talking about the preliminaries. This is like the preliminaries. If they go to court, I'm quite sure they'll break it down. Look, yeah, we swung. This is business. We made, we made money. Oh, come on, man. I don't want you turning into this, man.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you calling in, bro, and I'm gonna take what you said and take heed, but I definitely appreciate you calling in, bro.
Man, I'm a supporter, dog, and I'm gonna share you. I ain't got but a little 6,000 on my channel, but I'm gonna go ahead on it. I'm gonna share it, cause man, come on, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
It's the code. I live by that. You live by that. Well, you ain't 50.
Not yet.
Come on, man. You a boss.
I appreciate it, bro.
Play your position, man. I need that green jogging suit that you had on with the white snakes. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I appreciate it, bro. Stay tuned in, bro.
All right, fam. Where can I get that? Where can I get that gear? That's what I want to know.
All right, listen. I'm gonna have it on the site sbgbtv.com.
Yeah, you got to put that out. It's a lot of other things. Come on, man. We got to teach them to be better fathers, not to turn into these cats and you didn't make the same mistake. You've been through it.
Yes, sir.
You've been through it, and you made it through, so you know what they going through, and how they play is how they play. If they make a slip, okay, wait for them to call you. Come on, man.
I got another caller, bro. We gonna keep you, and I appreciate it, bro.
All right, Doc.
Later.
All right.
SBGBTV. Who I got speaking with? Talk to me.
My name is Randa Wise.
Hey, Randa, how you doing today? Talk to me.
I'm doing good. I want to say I completely disagree with this caller you just talked to.
Okay, now tell me why.
Because, okay, we have to look at reality for what it is.
Right.
Whether, and I hear people saying, oh, they trying to take down black billionaires and all of this old craziness. You know what? These black billionaires never did anything for me and you.
Not at all. You are correct.
Okay. And you have to stand on your truth. What's your name? You said SB, because this is the first time I listened to you.
I'm Deezy. It's SBGBTV, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. So you cannot, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So you cannot be convinced that what Jay-Z and Diddy, and they've been doing this stuff right in plain sight, right in front of everybody's face. Everybody knew that Jay-Z and Diddy were dirty. Everybody knew that they were oppressive, especially towards their own people. Okay. And I don't agree with that caller to actually sit up there and think that you're supposed to just turn the blind eye to what's going on with these two.
And I understand, we got to just, call a spade for what it is. And what the thing is, him saying that, his lawyer making a statement saying that they weren't friends is what made it look a little fishy to the people.
Oh, it's deep blue sea fishy. Because they are doing a whole lot of associating. See, here's the thing. All right, so y'all ain't friends, but you were associating. See, bad association ruins good character. Okay.
Right.
And you never see eagles and pigeons hanging out together now, do you?
And that's what I say. Listen, birds of a feather flock together.
Birds of a feather, excuse me?
Birds of a feather flock together.
Right. So you ain't gonna never see an eagle down on the ground with the pigeons eating with the rats.
You right about that.
If that bird is down there on the ground eating with the pigeons and the rats, that's a pigeon. That ain't no eagle.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing about it is that these guys are just gangsters dressed up in a suit with money that's making them look good, but they are to the core the same people that they were when they were in the hood before they became. Money makes you the person who you really are. The more you get it, the more you dig into the core of who you really are.
Understandable.
So, I mean, it is what it is. These guys, this lawyer saying that they're not friends was a big flying flipping joke. And you know it was.
Hey, listen.
And I don't appreciate them gaslighting and playing in everybody's face as if to say, oh, no, they weren't friends. All the pictures that you see of them and the videos that Sean is telling others, Sean, oh, you the only one can call me Sean. Didn't happen. Don't believe your lying ears and eyes. Come on, man. You know.
Hey,
Stand
listen.
on your truth, bro.
Hey, listen, man. I really appreciate you calling in, and you know, I hope you subscribe and you know, stay in here with SBGB TV, and stay tuned. I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, brother.
You have a
take
good
care
day.
now, okay?
You too.
I will. Bye-bye.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, we gotta call a spade, man. And from what we see is, by him saying that they weren't friends, it made it look bad in that situation. Honestly, you feel what I'm saying? And James W. said the lawyer said they just know each other from association and award shows. Now, James, we all know that was a bunch of BS. Honestly, we all know that was a bunch of BS, man. They know each other personally. You feel what I'm saying? Jay-Z's first album came out in 96, Reasonable Doubt. Puffy was in the music industry then, right? Running the game. He had Biggie, right? So they knew each other. And him, Jay-Z, and Biggie had a personal relationship. We all know this now, right? They made music together before Big died. Big was on Puffy's label. They all know each other, man. So for him to say that they didn't know each other is what made it crazy, man. So that's why the people are looking at this situation funny, man. Jay was supposed to keep it a bean and try to say when their relationship end instead of that we weren't friends at all. That would have made the people look at it a little different, man. You said, Legendary Tony, Lost in Hollywood. That's what happens when you're guilty by association. Now, listen, that's what it looks like. Now, Jay could have not have done some of the things that Puff did, but we all know when you hang out with somebody, you're going to be doing something similar to what they doing, man. You're just not going to do nothing. James, you said right. They go back way before the award show. Of course. They was rocking real heavy. They was in tune with each other. You know what I'm saying? And they had a tighter relationship for him to say that we weren't friends, you know? And I really think that it made it look a little funny on Jay, even though we question what the victim said and how she said it, right? But it makes it look a little funny, man. And this situation here is going to another wave, because I think by the way it's going, there's gonna be more people that come out. And you know, I ain't trying to tear nobody down, right? I just gotta call a spade, man. They wouldn't reach out to help me. You feel me? Honestly. So I'm just calling a spade. I ain't lying. I'm calling a spade. I see it for what it is. You can't tell me that y'all didn't have a personal relationship and y'all weren't friends when we all knew this. That was a bad choice of a statement, honestly. Legendary Tony, they know each other since the early 90s. Big and Jay-Z went to the same high school. Now, see, they know each other. You feel what I'm saying? And then Jay-Z and R. Kelly was good friends and made albums together. Jigga and Kelly, Not Guilty. Ooh, I remember that one. That was a heavy one. You already know, because they both was dealing with stuff at that time, right? That was deep. Rhonda Wise, more people coming out is what Jay-Z is freaking out about. Now, that could be, you hear me? That could be the issue. You know, Jay is thinking about that, man. If you haven't already hit that like button, get them likes up for me. If you ain't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. You said the ghost of essays past. It's getting real right now. I'm not even going to lie. Things have gotten real, and I already know Jay is feeling this one. Jay is really feeling this one in this situation. And I'm sure he wants to backtrack on saying that they weren't friends. Because now I'm sure people are saying, man, you might have not should have said that. That might have been something you shouldn't have said. Not trying to totally disassociate yourself as you weren't never friends. No. We want to know when you stopped being his friend. When the allegations came out or when the charges came out. Which one? Because it had to be a time. You hear me? R. Kelly sued Jay-Z. Ooh, yeah. Let me see. We see why R. Kelly sued Jay-Z. R. Kelly sued Jay-Z. Yeah, that is deep. R. Kelly sued Jay-Z. We ready to see about that one. Okay. Yeah. Why R. Kelly sued Jay-Z for $75 million? Hold up. Damn. That was a long time ago. And it is rumored that allegedly Jay wanted to get R. Kelly out the way. Did y'all hear anything about that? It was rumored that Jay-Z wanted to get R out the way. So he helped fund to put the pressure on R. That was rumored now. Allegedly. It was an incident where Tata sprayed R. Kelly with some mace. Okay, so he sprayed him with some mace, huh? R. Kelly is going, he said, somebody said R. Kelly is going to get revenge on her. The word is Jay even did this to his own wife, then started smashing when she was 16, but they didn't go public till she was 19. And it's a possibility, allegedly. Ooh, you got to know, right? These dudes is into some things, allegedly. They feel like they got a whole nother level of power because they got the paper, man. He said, Fitzgerald, yes. So true. One of the women behind R. Kelly's special works for Jay-Z. Now that's deep. And that's why I tell you, ain't no friends, man, in those situations. That's crazy. So somebody that worked for Jay-Z was behind or getting put in that position? God damn. He said, liked and shared on both channels, Doc. Can I get an interview? Favor for favor? Yeah, we gonna work on that, bro. Listen, me and you, we gonna rap. GFTV, you hear me? Email me, bro. sbgbtv@gmail.com, bro. Email me, man. We gonna work on that, man. I really appreciate you, brother. I greatly appreciate you. We gonna put that interview together, my brother. Real rap. Rhonda Wise, you said, at James, you heard Beyonce on the video saying that Jay-Z made her the woman she is. Yeah, I don't know if Jay had her when he was 16, allegedly, but damn, if he did, that right there look bad on him too. That's a flag now. Kenneth, yeah, bro, the situation story's deep. You be surprised who's connected. James W. Rhonda Wise. I remember that video. I thought it was weird. He groomed her. Weird and creepy, Rhonda said. That is crazy. Yeah, I mean, these dudes in the industry, they play at another level and they like young joints. Honestly. They like young joints, allegedly. You know? And now that we seeing that, they said with Puff, it's 25 underage victims. Now it's 120 people in the lawsuit with Tony Busby suing Diddy. And they said 25 of them were underage victims. Now that's deep. You said, no, they say Foxy was 16, but Foxy got his back. Now Foxy, yeah, she didn't turn on Jay. You know, they questioned Foxy, Yeah, and I did see something about that. But Foxy, she didn't go with she said me and Jay, we tight like that. And it ain't like that. So Foxy stood behind him, but they said allegedly Jay was messing with her at 16. That's deep. Round the wise, you said, listen to the words by Betty Wright's song, Tonight is the Night. She's saying the same thing Beyonce said essentially. Ooh. Legendary Tony. I have people that I'm cool with that has ties to the industry. The stories they told me is crazy. And Legendary Tony, we heard these stories for a long time. You know, when I was younger, right? I didn't believe a lot of these stories. I ain't even gonna lie. When I was younger, I was real questionable. I'm like, nah, maybe they lying about this, right? But as I got older and things started to come out, how the industry was, I started seeing that these things is kind of true. Because they said before that you had to go through a door to get in the industry, that you had to do certain rituals to get in the industry. This was told to the world long ago, but the internet wasn't as big as it is now. So you really didn't get to see the visual. Now they're allowing the world to see the visual of these things, right? And it shows that this is what's going on in the industry. You hear me? And I kind of believe a lot of these things on real honesty. Yeah, you said people were in disbelief. These people are celebs. Yeah, they are celebs, man. They got the paper. And they all think that because they got money, they can do what they want and buy their way out of things. And now that we're seeing that just because they got money doesn't mean they can buy their way out of things. All honesty. They said Rock Nation found Rihanna as a poor teenage girl on the islands, and they brought her to Jay, and he had his way with her for years before her first album even dropped. Who knows? Allegedly. Ooh. And that is crazy that when the label broke up, he made sure he took Rihanna with him, and then those songs that came out with Rihanna saying what she said, it was saying like it was directed towards Beyonce and Jay. Give me my money. You hear me? Damn. Thank God for social media. Big money. Michael X. What's going on, brother, man? If y'all haven't already hit that like button, man, I appreciate it, man. Hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. I really appreciate it. Diddy was just more evil. And I would say that too, allegedly, Michael X. I really think Diddy was cocky with it. You know, Jay was quiet. You know what I'm saying? And I can see Jay was a quiet kind of guy. Like Dame said. Dame said Jay was just real quiet, man. I never heard homie speak like that. He was quiet. You feel me? But now we hear him speak out, as in from his attorney. He had to try to speak out, but I think Jay should have spoke himself if he wanted to try to validate what he was saying. Him letting the attorney speak, it didn't look really too good for him in my eyes. And I really think Diddy definitely was evil. You can see it in his eyes. You know how Diddy came out and talked about that Cassie situation as if he would never do that until the video hit? Then when the video hit, right, the tune changed. And, you know, people were saying that with a legend for Jay-Z, right? They saying Jay saying what he's saying now, but when more evidence comes out, it's going to be a different tune. You know, what y'all think about that one? It's crazy. You said, hold on, Rhonda said, Diddy was more reckless. Jay-Z was more like Fox sneaky. Yeah, Jay was like real like a fox. You said, James said, the Solange fight with Jay and Beyonce on the elevator was because he was still smashing Rihanna and some teenage white girl with a good hair that Beyonce was singing about on a Lemonade album, allegedly. Ooh, James, you know something, don't you? You know something. You said it was about Rihanna on that elevator. and the little Becky. Ooh, it could have been. Jay not a woman beater. Now, we haven't, I haven't heard anything about that. All we heard was these allegations, and that he said he wasn't friends with Diddy. That's the thing. And by him saying that he wasn't friends with Diddy is what made it look so bad for him. I want to be honest, man. I want to be honest. He should have came out and was honest about their friendship and when the friendship ended, instead of saying we weren't friends. And that's what the people got issues with. Real stuff. That's what the people got issues with, man. You said, Kenneth Fitzgerald, you said, I heard that was about Rachel Ward name, Dash X. Michael X. I saw a video with Jay-Z backhanding a woman. I ain't see that one, Rhonda. Where you see that one at? Ooh. Now, that would have looked bad. And by you saying that, these things coming out, if that video's out there, right, it will resurface. Because everything's going to start resurfacing. Because you see, they got things resurfacing from Diddy from years ago. You know, when you get in that situation, things will resurface quick. And in this situation, they got things resurfacing. Yeah. You know, people say you want to bring the black man down. We got to look at it for what it is, man. These dudes was running the industry. And they was cutting a lot of people out. They was making sure a lot of people didn't eat, allegedly. They was making sure that they stamped, let it be known that if you don't come through us, you're not making no noise. And the world knows that. The entire world knows that if you didn't go through Puffer J, it was nothing shaking. We watch Nori on Drink Champs. Whenever he talks about Puff or Jay, they're highly respected. Nothing negative to say, right? Even though they got Puff now. And I was watching the interview on The Flagrant, right? And 50 Cent was talking to the guy on there. And he was talking about how Nori was right there when Puff said, I'll take you shopping. He like, hold on. I looked at Nori and, you know, he said, these guys in the industry, right? They don't want to be blackballed. So they know Puff is allegedly with the booty bandits, right? But they turn a blind eye because they don't want to be blackballed. They don't want to be pushed out. You feel me? So, and we got to be real, man. Nori don't want to go back to Left Rack. You hear me? He don't want to go back to Left Rack. So he going to turn a blind eye to some situations, allegedly. You feel me? And we see what's going on here, man. But if you just start watching the channel, hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate you, man. But we see what's going on in this game, man. Jay trying to say him and Puff wasn't friends made the situation look bad, man. And I really think that's something that the people is paying attention to. The people are seeing that you said you wasn't friends with him, but we all know you friends. Come on, man. You don't hug your business partner that's not your friend the way that they was embracing each other. Not at all. They was embracing each other because they got a personal relationship to that level. Their personal relationship was a friendship. In this situation, right, is being blown up, man. Jay's looking bad in this situation, man. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm just saying he's looking bad in all actuality. You're guilty by association, man. You're not going to be running with somebody heavy and you're not into what they into. And you don't call them out on some negative stuff if you know that they're that type of negative. You're not running with them like that. Let's be honest now. They was running with each other heavy, and they controlled everything coming in and out of the industry. Real stuff. Real stuff. Rhonda Wise said, did you check out the link? He said, there's a video interview. Asked video, does he like men, women? He said, whatever the vibe is, whatever I feel at the time. Hold up. That's what he said? Hold up, man. God damn, man, that's deep. And we all know, right? It was some booty bandits over there. And Puff is a part of that gang. But damn. He said he liked whatever he felt. And that's deep. I'm going to have to check that out. I don't know where that one is. He said he liked whatever he felt that day. And that's deep right there, man. That's deep. The industry has said Puff was allegedly gay forever. We heard this. We all heard that Puff, this came from Jag, right? She said Christopher Williams got caught giving Puff fellatio, allegedly, right? And somebody walked in on this situation and they got fired. And everybody, like 50 said, knows Puff is sweet, right? But they still dealt with him because they were scared to get blackballed out the industry. And listen, and I agree with you, Rhonda Wise. There is no surprise because I think a lot of them guys in the industry, because in order to sustain that volume of success, you got to get down with the gang. They want to make sure that they allegedly have something over your head so that they can control you. So they got to play with your butthole. Well, hey, man, allegedly. This is a part of the game. They want to have something over your head. And I didn't believe these things in my younger days, honestly. But now that I see how all these guys is painting their nails and wearing dresses, and, you know, as I got older, I start saying, there's no way that this is not the ritual to get in the industry. Why are all these guys showing these feminine tendencies and they're the ones that's sitting at the top of the game? Right? Because they got to. And we all see that. Big facts now. They got to show these feminine tendencies because they got their old cheeks clapped, allegedly. This is what the game is coming to, man. It's been exposed, man. You said, yeah, the video, Puff walking down some steps in an interview asking, and that was his response. Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. And I guess, you know, people just overlook that, right? So that they don't get blackballed from the music industry. Well, looks like the universe is now universing. That's what it looked like, Rhonda. Real rap, man. They go along, get along gang. Yeah. The go along, get along gang, man. You said, beneficial, she be lying. I believe it happened. But it probably wasn't Christopher Williams because I hate he's the thorough dude. Hey, Kenneth, man. They say most of the thorough guys that look thorough, it be them. But for her to specifically say him, it really got me thinking that it was him, you know. And now, you know, because I don't believe, honestly, a lot of things Jag say, because I see that she got traction now, right? And being as though that she got traction, she got to feed that traction. But I do believe some of the things that she says is on point. I got to be honest. I don't believe everything she says, but I do believe some of the things she says is on point, and it's coming out now, you know, that a lot of these people are sick. allegedly, you know? He said, I meant to say, I hear he's a thorough dude. Listen, he might be a thorough dude, you know? But you got to understand, when some of these guys that are used to making a certain level of money, down on money, they have people over there that are from sick things to make sure that they don't fall. Well, you don't want to go broke, do you? You better do this, and I'm going to keep you afloat. And from my understanding, Diddy was allegedly that kind of guy. It was nothing for Diddy to give you 20, 50,000, you know? And these guys was willing to, you know, sacrifice their integrity just to try to get on, you know? And if you're just watching the channel, man, hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. We already know that when these guys that have reached a certain level, when they begin to feel like they falling, Diddy come out the corner, allegedly. You want me to save your career? I can help you. Now let's go talk. This is what they saying now. They saying Diddy would offer you to come to his hotel while he was naked in a towel, allegedly, and want to have a business meeting with you. And, you know, some people value money more than their morals. And that's real. Some people value money more than their morals. They're willing to just do whatever for the money. Let's be real, man. Rhonda Wise, you said, I was always suspicious as to why Diddy walks around with his mouth hanging open all the time. Hey, you know, well, let's say maybe he was a happy guy at the time. You know, he was real happy. He said, Kenneth Fisher, he said, yeah, some of these things she says, but she just boosted up and now she's backtracking. And I do agree with that. Some of the things, as in the main subject to what she's saying, might be true, but I just think she adds a lot of things to it to try to validate what she's saying, you know? And people do that. And I want to be honest with that. People do that all the time. They add things to situations to try to validate what they're saying. But for the most part, I think a lot of the things she was saying about the industry is true, because she came in the industry as a teenager and she said she had a handler. So, and I think, you know, she wanted to get on, so she indulged in a lot of these things and these rituals. That's why she knows how it goes. Being honest. That's just being honest. I think that she indulged in these things because she understands I was going to get on, but it didn't go the way she wanted it to go, honestly. And that's for a lot of these people. I think, you know, I think some of these things might have happened the way these people said, right? But I think some of these people was willing to participate at some point, but when it didn't go their way, they had to go to that. Rhonda, you said, I subscribe. I hope you post again soon. I have to sign off. Good band practice. I appreciate it. I'll be back on. I'm on here. I try to get on here every day around, 12 or 2 every day. I might take off tomorrow, but I might find the time to get on here tomorrow. And I really appreciate everybody that watches the channel. We're going to be on here for a few more minutes and we're going to get out of here. But I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribe to the channel. You can become a member too. Come a part of that SBGB fam. I really appreciate y'all, man. And, we're going to be working on some things and start doing some giveaways real soon. And I really appreciate y'all, man. But we calling this thing what it is, man. You can't say that you wasn't friends with somebody when the whole world clearly sees y'all had a personal relationship, man. That's what made it look bad for Jay. And, Dame called it out. Dame called it out like, hold on, man. He can't say that. Nah, his lawyer's a liar. The lawyer's a liar. Straight up. They had a personal relationship, man. And we see it is what it is, man. And we're going to see how this process plays out, right? In 2025, man. First time finding your channel, I subscribe. Man, I really appreciate that, legendary Tony, man. I'm in the building, man. I'm working, man. And we going 2025, we going to turn it up. I promise you, man. You know, I'm trying to find my swag. But 2025, we going to turn this thing up, man. I'm here, man. You know? And I'm going to share my story with y'all. That's coming soon. I'm going to share my personal story with y'all. That's coming soon. I'm just getting my subscribers up right now. And once I share my personal story with y'all, we're going to have a different connection. Because then y'all can understand where I'm coming from, you know? Because we all been through things in life and we all got a story. And that's real rap. But in this situation, we listening to Jay's lawyer say that they not friends. That's what made it look real bad, man. For real. But I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate everybody that watches the channel. I appreciate everybody that subscribed. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Share this video for me, please. You hear me? We growing. It's your boy, though, man. SBGB TV, man. Stick in here with me, man. I really appreciate it, man. And I want to let y'all know, you can go check out the merch, sbgbtv.com, man. And I want y'all to know, it's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Now.